protected and guided by Archangel Michael. I got this bell with this Dorjing, and in Tibetan, I believe Tibetan monk culture, it's the masculine and feminine. So the feminine is the bell, and the Dorjing is the masculine. Cool little tidbit to give you there. So this has been a really intense full moon in Virgo, and there's been a profound amount of closure and reframing in how we relate to others. It's a very relational sign, and so relationships and our subconscious agreements in regards to them have been shifting, and I'm feeling a lot of healing has been happening for you. So we have whale and orca elders. Share your song, frequency of sound, and diving deep. Diving deep has been the theme here. All paths lead home, inner authority, intuition, and turn your gaze within. And there's a labyrinth here. The labyrinth is a very esoteric, mystical, Gnostic, feminine symbol and journey. I'm getting that with the waters, there's this depth of going into ourselves and what we have alchemized from our tragedies, our sufferings, our difficulties. We are bringing forth through our throat chakras as blessings for humanity. So a lot of you have endured hardships that have been profound and have ripped you apart. Just been a gut-wrenching experience of turmoil and heartbreak. And you've managed to alchemize that into a blessing to share. All Paths Lead Home is all about our trusting in ourselves. So each of our paths are unique, and there's a kind of unique frequency that we're admitting when we share our stories. I like to pull from my Artist's Oracle because I think that this is a good deck for getting into the shadow of what some of you have been dealing with. Yeah, this is the dark feminine card. That's been my experience. The moon has special times and meanings and carries a subtle beauty. It is a sacred symbol of womanhood, with women's special nature attuned to the tides, the months, the seasons, and change. At night, we can honor Lilith as well as Eve. Honor and accept change, day versus night. Love your shadow selves. Some of you have been doing shadow work, and you're mending your dark and your light, your Eve and your Lilith. That's been a conscious theme. It's been coming up on my feed. I'm not on social media very often, but when I am, it's just Eve, Lilith, Eve, Lilith. The oracle reader that I follow, Laura Faye, the Pleiadian Oracle, you should check her out. She does great work. Talked about Lilith not that long ago. So Lilith is coming up, and Lilith is Adam's original lover. So there's the shadow of what happened with that dynamic and why Eve came in and how the shadow and the light need each other. We cannot reject the dark within ourselves because there's this upper and lower Sophia and a lot of imbalance in our culture, not just because it's an institution run by demons, but also because there's a disconnect in how much we have forgotten our reverence and honoring of the dark feminine. I'm reading a book right now, The Magdalene Mysteries, the feminine left-hand path of Christ, and this is about the balancing and the reclaiming of the divine feminine through honoring the darkness that has enshrouded this story and the truth for so long. And the truth will reveal itself differently in each one of us, in each one of our lineages, and in our DNA, in our ancestry. The truth is a little different. It looks a little different for each of us, what our darkness looks like. Okay, so what else wants to be said here? I'm going to pull from my Mystical Journey Oracle. Resilience again. Yeah, the dark feminine. Okay. It's like dark feminine. This is a woman who, she's got this like BDSM attire and is walking through this cave, and a lot of symbolism on caves. In my book that I'm reading, there's a lot of sacred reverence for caves and how they emanate the womb, the darkness that we all come from, the waters. So we're seeing the waters again. And I think that the dark feminine is finally taking her rightful place in each one of our psyches, in each one of our lives. We're no longer gaslighting or bypassing ourselves and our stories. We are no longer ashamed of our lineage and the struggles of our ancestors, especially our feminine ancestors. There's this huge resurfacing and reclaiming of our dark feminine powers. We are not just the witches that they didn't burn, but we are also the souls of the witches that they did burn. And so this is the kind of truth that people turn away from, because the reality is that the feminine transcends both dark and light. She goes into the underworld. Iona, the goddess of Sumerian underworld, she went into the depths of hell for 7 days and came back out, and that was her revival, that was her renewal, her transformation into her highest self, was by going into hell. We have take action. So what are we taking action upon? I'm pulling from tarot today. I haven't done a tarot. I haven't pulled a tarot card in a minute. This one is the Art Nouveau Tarot Golden. Okay, there's a lot of cards here. We have 4 of Wands. So there's this marriage, this ceremony, this celebration. It looks like 2 couples are getting married, is what I get from this card. And then we have Ace of Pentacles, so new financial opportunities here. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, so letting that feminine ruler, that feminine leader, the rebel, the revolutionary, the warrior, letting her take charge of our financial aspect of our lives. And then we have the Queen of Swords. So this is also, to me, the more grunge, chip on the shoulder. I don't want to use the word jaded, but this is a feminine energy that knows and can discern the false light from the true light versus the demon in disguise. She can discern the BS. She knows who is true to their word, who follows what they say they're going to do with the Take Action card here. I'm holding a lot of cards now. So we've got a Divine Feminine who is not afraid of her own darkness. We have a Divine Feminine who has been embodied, who has gone through the initiatory rite of passage into her well-rounded womb, empowered nature, her divine destiny. She has claimed her place on the throne. Both these cards are about a feminine who has crowned herself, who has taken her throne, and no one gave it to her. She has given it to herself. And so there's a huge shift in how some of you are relating to your energy. This moon has just crowned you queen. It's beautiful and powerful. Let's pull from the empathic activation cards, Abundant Universe and Soul Contract. So there's this really, I think Soul Contract is also with this Queen of Swords. There's an energy or a person that you had dealt with that was taking from your abundance. Someone who was draining you, absorbing your energy like a vampire, like a demon, like a parasite. And so the taking action here is about letting your dark feminine take the reins in how you handle this person, because in past lives, in previous incarnations, I think you let this person run over you. And it was in the name of taking the higher road. These cards don't want you to take the higher road. They want you to absolutely devastate this person. Crush them. And that's where your abundance will be. I'm getting that this is how you'll tune into reclaiming your rightful place as the divine being that you are, because you're doing God's work. When you devastate someone, it's because it was divinely orchestrated that you do that. That's your power as a divine feminine. Whatever you do, knowing that it is God's will. Even if it ruins somebody a little bit. This is the message that wants to come through. This is not my usual message, but I have to honor what the cards are telling me, and the cards are telling me to be honest with you so that you can be honest with yourself and step into your power. Okay. And what else wants to be said here? Speaking your truth to this person. Being honest, not calling them out. Okay. What do we got here from the Energy Oracle? Action. Again. You can't make this up. Take action. Okay. We're getting that we need to take action. So what are we taking action about? What's the specifics here? Okay, door to value, attachment, and woman holding a heart. So there's a blockage to your abundance, and there's something you're holding on to that you know you need to let go of, that you know you need to cut from your life. And that's your doorway to value. That's your doorway to manifesting into your reality, this vision that you have for your life that is rightfully yours. That's your birthright. And I think that you need to follow your heart. Woman holding a heart, take action. So, okay. What's the attachment about? 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. 7th 7th chakra, third eye. Okay. I'm getting that because you're so psychic, you can see other realities and dimensions in which this person that's blocking you, it has been who was a good person. You saw them in their potential. It activated your heart. And now you're attached to what you've seen in their potential that will never be realized in this lifetime. And that's what keeps you hanging on to this dynamic that you need to let go of. I think the taking action here is releasing the attachment. She's holding a mask in this card. I'm not sure if you can see very well here. She's holding a mask, and it's like you're aware that this person is in duality. They're split in their expression of themselves because they don't know themselves. You can see their divine nature. You can see what they're capable of in their full embodied divine expression, but because they're choosing a path that will not lead to that being brought into the physical realm, it's keeping you from your abundance. You need to release this person. And I think woman holding a heart here is actually how your compassion is the way that you're relating to your heart. Not that your heart directly is wrong, but if you're leading with your heart in this dynamic, it's going to keep you from your abundance. So this is about letting your dark feminine step in and take over and decide what to do with this person. I'm getting that you already know what you need to do, that it's not going to feel good for the part of you that likes to please. It's not going to feel good for the part of you that is very compliant, complacent, and lets people walk all over you. And that's the intentional lesson here, because it's a soul contract. Where did that card go? That's your lesson. In order for you to step into your abundance, you can't let this person run over you. Not this time. Things are different in this incarnation. So, as psychic and powerful as you are, don't let what you see in others stop you from claiming what you need for yourself. Because what's best for you is best for everyone. And I will say that again and again because it bears repeating. Self-sacrifice and altruism is another form of demonic energy. We are not doing self-sacrifice and altruism because we've tried that and it doesn't work. There were so many lives lost that didn't have to be lost, and darkness still prevailed. So we're changing things up and we're choosing ourselves, and that's in the name of love and light. Lost love, surrender, healing, release, and purification, fire, bare essentials, the naked truth, wholeness. I think you need to do a cord cutting ritual. If this is a soul contract, it seems like it's very toxic, and you need to burn some symbolic things in regards to this person, do some kind of spell to cut their energy from you. And again, that'll lead to your abundance. Lost love, I think, is you coming to terms with the fact that this person, you had an affinity for them, you loved them, and you still care for them deeply, but they have become a negative attachment. They have become a soul contract. This is karmic, this is not divine, and it's blocking you from your abundance. And you will also be clearing out your 7th chakra, call upon Archangel Uriel to assist you, and making sure that everything that you do have connection to in the psychic realms and the other realms is not actually working against you. Because a lot of the attacks are trying to use our psychic abilities in a way that actually works against us. Sometimes knowing the future is not a good thing. Sometimes knowing other dimensions and realities works against us. I'm going to pull one more Starseed Oracle card because this is such a big reading. Seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light, again with water. I think that this is calling you to acknowledge that one of your abilities involves taking darkness and bringing it to the light. And because you're usually so good at that, it's been hard for you to accept that with this person it has not worked. And this is not about them. This is about you. And you are not going to get anywhere by projecting your loving light qualities onto them. Okay? What else? This is a lot of energy happening with the new full moon, not new moon. So we have Earth School, Life Lessons, Soul Growth,